All right, hello, welcome to the October 13th Helm Public Developers Meeting. I'll be your host for today. I'm Matt Butcher. We'll kick right off with the announcements. First, I don't have names by these, but the Helm 3.10.1 patch went live, I believe it was yesterday, is that right?
Yeah.
As a patch release, that means small important changes, but no API breakages and no new features. Anything particular we want to point out about the patch release that went out yesterday? All right. Our next scheduled release then would be 3.10.2, which would also be a patch fix. Again, only bug fixes. So we will keep working on getting that out. I think November 9th would be the release date for that. So again, if you got fixes or things in there, typically we keep a list of the issues that we're going to try and get into that release and make sure to add yours there, or request that it be added there, I should say. Anything else on announcements? Do we have any? We've got a KubeCon discussion topic, so I'll defer that, but anything else? Silence means nope. Okay. All right, so we got just a couple of discussion topics today. The first one is issue number 11387. It has been reviewed, but seems to be sort of stalled out. So does anybody want to pick up this one and give an overview?
I don't know about that, but I just noticed that the Circle CI pipeline is broken because it doesn't have a usable config YAML. You may have revoked the Circle CI OAuth app. Is Circle CI broken?
Yeah, Farina mentioned something about that, but wasn't sure why, at least last time I looked. And I haven't been able to look yet. Maybe that's all it is. You want to re-auth it? Oops, Matt, I think you're muted.
I am muted. Who has permission to reauth Circle CI? It's probably Farina, you, yeah. Adam, and Martin, I would imagine, if not others.
I'll take a look right now. If I can get it quickly, I will. If I can't, I'll surface it in our keybase.
Okay. On 11387, did I get that bug right? 11387. It looks like it does need a core maintainer review still. That's funny. I'm looking at the code and thought that I had reviewed this one already. Oh, there was another.
There was something similar. Yeah. There's.
Yeah, there was another long-standing one. So I think this probably should be just a fix on the yeah, no public APIs modified. Okay. Yeah, so this one needs a fairly quick review. It's not terribly large.
Okay.
I will go ahead and take a quick look at it, but it's probably somebody else should do it in addition to me. I know I looked at that at the other attempts to do something similar, so I understand that one pretty well.
Looks like Circle CI is fixed.
Hey, fixing things as we go through the meeting agenda. It's
yeah, I mean, I didn't do anything even. It just, I went in to look and it's the last failed one was from 2 days ago, and there've been a bunch of successes since then.
Oh, so maybe maybe it got fixed when it was brought up the other day.
That's my guess. It's at least seems to be fixed now, and there's an example of it working from. Oops. Oh boy. Sorry, 1 second. I'll just give an example. Here is one where it ran. Oh, maybe that's not true. Oh yeah, the Circle CI build passed, but okay. Actually, let me get. So I was looking at this. For example, this was the last run, but it's waiting for a workflow approval. Maybe those are the ones that are broken. I'll try running it and see.
Hey, I think the person who added that discussion point just joined the call.
The
Zakaria.
11387.
Yeah, was that Zakaria? Was that your?
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. Sorry, I just joined, so I'm a bit confused. But yes, I think so. Yes, it's mine. Yes, it's
So
11387.
You came at just the right time. We were just talking about that one and got distracted by CI. So I'm going to go ahead and review it, and we just need one other core maintainer to review it in addition to me.
Okay, cool.
So we'll see about that. It looks similar to one of the other ones that I had looked at a while back, so I'm not too worried about making a quick review of it. Nice small patch.
Thanks.
So on 11387 then, anything else on that one? Otherwise, we can move on to what is 11439? Oh, that's an example of the one that passed. Okay, all right. Anything else on that one? Otherwise, we'll move on. Okay. Next item on the agenda, the big one, we are like a week and change away from KubeCon. Karen?
Yeah, this is just I like wrote a really short blog post kind of just summarizing the project's presence at KubeCon, just so there's like one central place that will list like when the talk is, who's talking, what the talk is about, and then like the hours for the project pavilion, where to find us, and then that we'll have the Helm user survey and like what we're giving away. So I wrote it in HackMD for now, so if anyone has any edits or anything, I'll probably drop a PR later today. But yeah, I don't know. I just did this. It's nothing big. Everything else for the booth itself should be fairly set. I think we have like 1 or 2 more slots that we need to fill. But Scott has mentioned he'll be able to help, and then Karina still needs to sign up. But otherwise, I think we're good to go aside from like the speakers figuring out their talk, which I will leave to them. Yeah.
I got distracted momentarily. I can't currently access it. Probably was associated with my old email. Oh,
The
it's GitHub.
HackMD?
Yeah. I'm
Oh.
logged in with my GitHub credentials and can't see it.
Oh, weird. Okay.
So booth duty schedule, is that pretty much settled for KubeCon? Do we
We still have like 2 more slots. Everything else at least has 1 person. I mean, I would love if there's 2 so that the person that is there isn't super lonely. But
I'll
yeah.
be there for a lot of it, and I actually now have my booth schedule, or like my booth available time, pretty sorted out. So I was kind of waiting on that before adding to this one. So I'll go ahead and do that.
And then I did include the link to the booth survey just in the blog post in case anyone wants to fill it out but isn't going to KubeCon. So I don't know, Scott, if you were able to like edit that one question that you had last week. I think it had to do with like what version of Helm people were using. Do you remember? There's like one edit you wanted to make.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. If you could get that in today, or you could tell me and I can make the edit. I don't know. I think it was just like adding one more option. But yeah, I will.
Oh, it was role. It was like what your role is, and I was thinking that we could map to the user profiles that are in the community repo.
Okay.
That was what I was. I was trying to remember.
You said map to user profile.
They're called, yeah, I believe they're called user profiles, right? In our community repo. Let me just take a quick peek. This, yeah, here we go. This file here.
Okay, I can add that. Cool, I will take care of that before I do the block post. Cool.
So just to kind of recap for people watching the call, so KubeCon, we will have a dedicated booth space for Helm only during certain windows of time during KubeCon. So, check your schedule for that. And then the Helm dedicated session is on Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern.
Yep. And I think that, does anybody remember off the top of their heads what the title is of that talk?
Yeah, it's in my blog post. Learn about Helm and its ecosystem.
Yeah, so that'll be a talk with some of the Helm maintainers to kind of get going on that. Other stuff for KubeCon that we need to go through.
I'm pretty set with things. I will send out calendar invites to those of you that have booth duty schedules.
Thank you.
And then I will, after this blog post, probably start scheduling some tweets, just kind of like highlighting who will be there and like, yeah, the talk and all that. So there should be some upcoming Twitter activity. So if you see that and you're okay with it, like please help retweet. Yeah.
Definitely.
I do actually have an agenda item to add, but not under KubeCon.
I think we're done with KubeCon. So if you got another one, we're good to go.
Okay. Yes. Our mailing lists. I think that there's still some things to sort out with that. This issue is still open from like a long time ago. And I think it just hasn't risen high on the radar because I know we have a Helm org maintainers and a Helm maintainers list. My understanding was the Helm maintainers list is for just the Helm /Helm core maintainers of the SDK and CLI. And the list pretty much reflects that. Because there's a lot of other maintainers that aren't on that list. But when adding a new maintainer, say a triage maintainer or a maintainer of say the website, as a new maintainer was just added, what list do we put people on, if any? I mean, I know they can subscribe to the Helm, just the user list, but other than that, is there anything?
That is a really good question. We had discussed this in the past, and
Yeah.
I don't remember what the outcome was. I know because the Helm maintainers list is used for voting, that had been the main concern raised about why we wouldn't have triage maintainers, but I think all of that has changed as well now, right? So we should, unfortunately, Matt Farina is the one who was and Matt Fisher were the two who were working most closely on that. So maybe we should tag Matt Farina or Fisher in that post and see. We have a lot of Matts around. See any of them recall what our final decision was, and if it's not having triage maintainers on there, how triage maintainers are supposed to communicate on mailing lists.
Yeah, and I know we basically have Keybase for those kinds of things when we need to have maintainer conversation that's not public. That's been there and that's great. But it just came to my attention that we also have this list that's linked on our Teams markdown file, and perhaps I was just never added to that and we actually have that, or perhaps it's a relic and no one ever uses it. But either way, I want to try to resolve that, at least for the end users or for, yeah.
So I think the CNCF Helm core maintainers list was reserved for CNCF communication between CNCF and the Helm core maintainers. And I think that that in actuality, it is a couple of the org maintainers who are on that list. So
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because we also have the org maintainers list with also CNCF folks on there as
Yeah.
well. So,
and I don't think CNCF Helm core maintainers actually gets used at all at this point.
okay, yeah, okay. All right, that was it. So action item, I'll reach out to Matt. And in the meantime, I'm just wondering if anyone has actually been, sending any messages out into the void since it's listed publicly. So I wonder if someone could, maybe another action item is, I can't do this, but if someone who's on that list could just take a quick peek.
There's a good chance that I'm on that list, so I'll go take a look.
And that's it for me.
As like a follow-up, given this was triggered by the by adding YXX hero, like, do we feel like that like we've done our checklist to add them as a maintainer? Because the last item was like adding them to mailing list. Should I hold off and merging it, or are we good?
I didn't.
Oh wait, because you still have to wait or you have to hear back for Keybase, right?
Yes,
Okay, I'll
correct.
hold off
That's.
then.
Oh, and Matt Fisher just replied on that issue. Or not just, I guess, 22 hours ago. So, okay, well, we can
Oh
follow
yeah,
up.
he said the same kind of thing.
Yeah. When I asked, yeah.
So yeah, the key base thing is I'm just waiting to hear back from YXX Hero,
Okay.
and once we know that there's a Keybase account and it's verified, like to actually be that person,
Yeah.
like their proof set up, then I'll add them to the.
Cool. Okay,
Keybase.
I'll leave it for now. Thanks.
All right. As we get looking toward the next couple of weeks, so 2 weeks from now, a good chunk of the maintainers will be at KubeCon in Detroit. So we should probably cancel that meeting for sure. I know that next week will be next Thursday is like crunch time for all of our KubeCon stuff for us, so I won't be around. Do we want to keep this meeting on the books for next week, knowing it'll likely be a lightly attended meeting, or not?
Personally, I would say let's not. I mean, I don't know if folks still want to do that, that's great. Like if people on the call are like, yes, we really want to do it, but otherwise I would say let's not. For next week, I'm definitely going to turn my attention like to the maintainers track talk.
Yep.
Like helping to get it together. But right now I'm doing the other talks first.
Okay.
You mean let's not, as in let's not meet, right? Or let's not cancel. Let's
I
not
was
meet.
thinking let's not meet.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I should be more specific.
I mean, I know Farina's out. I'm out. I'll be. I've already got conflicts on my 2 other conflicts on my schedule for next Thursday. If Joe and Scott are both going to be out, then.
Okay. So next one will be November 3rd.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
I'll keep triaging into them. Just
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else we want to cover today?
Oh, one other small mention about triaging. I have been like talking with different people about, like putting in effort to help with PR reviews. And there have been a few folks that have been doing that, including Andrew, who helped review that last PR, like,
oh, yeah.
All good stuff. There was a NYC Kubernetes meetup last night that Karen and I are now helping to organize with Ariel. And I'm mentioning it only because this time there wasn't a focus on Helm, but in the conversations with people, there were a number of people asking, like, how can I get involved in some of this stuff? And I was like, awesome that you mentioned that. Helm has a there are different projects, including Helm. There's a triage maintainers role, and people like their ears perk up and they're like, oh, there's an official thing that I could do.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess just Joe, supposedly I'll be hearing back from those folks if and when I do, I'll pass them your way for right now for the next week.
Sure, sure. I can't make any changes for anything, but I can at least, show them what I do.
And Andrew Sutterman has a couple of the PRs that I've looked at. They've done some reviews and they're always very good. So definitely a person we should keep.
Yeah, and in fact, I wanted to recommend him as go through the normal process of recommending him as a triage.
Yeah.
maintained.
Yep. that sounds good.
I thought he was.
Oh, is he already? I didn't think so yet.
He could be. He doesn't show
That's
up.
my
on-
way hero, right?
No, that's someone from training.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah. Anyway, if so, then great. If not, then we'll get him in.
All right.
I've got nothing else, Matt. Thanks.
All right. I think that wraps up the meeting. Just a couple minutes early for today. Really looking forward to seeing people out at KubeCon in Detroit. It's been great to see people in person again. So look forward to seeing you there. Stop by the Helm booth if you're around. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a great couple of weeks.
Bye.
Okay.